Dr. Naledi Pandor on the line, the former Minister of International Relations. And before I bring her on, in case you missed what Julius Malema, the leader of the EFF, said about her, this is what he said.
Naledi Pandor was also in the VBS bond or something, which she was there. They are your darlings. You will never know their names. You know the names of those you don't like to demonstrate there's no principle. Many names, a lot of names are there. This is just used to blackmail people. When they try to speak, they say, we'll release this thing about you.
So this is what Julius Malema said. And as you can hear there, when he said it, it surprised me because I've never seen any reference of Naledi Pandor to the VBS scandal. And I have really followed the VBS scandal very closely from the time when I was even a field reporter where I was reporting on it and going to press conferences. I read Thierry Motaung's report, all of it. I don't remember ever seeing the reference. And as I was getting surprised there, and he said, yeah, you're surprised because these are your media darlings. You never ask questions about them. Well, let's hear from Dr. Naledi Pandor now, who's joining us on the line. Dr. Pandor, thank you for making time for us. Good morning.
Good morning, Clemens, and thank you very much for accepting my request that I come onto your show to clear up this matter. I also hope I'll have an opportunity on the very show that Mr. Malema was on.
Yes.
Because I'm sure the public is wondering. I mean, I've never had a bond from VBS or from any bank outside of Cape Town because my home is Cape Town. I bank in Cape Town, and that's where I've had a mortgage from.
Yes.
So and I just don't know where this VBS story comes from. And I, have never said a negative thing about Mr. Malema. So I must say, as a leader of a political party represented in Parliament, I'm disappointed that he would just be so dishonest in this way. It's absolutely shocking, and I can only call it a very weak attempt at attempting to besmirch my good name.
So, and yes, Dr. Pandor, we will in fact, have you as well tomorrow to give you that right of reply so you can clarify. Because as you can hear, there are a lot of people that were shocked to hear that because it was the first time ever that there's a link that is being made between you and the VBS scandal. When did you hear about it? And I mean, what was the first thing you thought of?
I landed at home here at the airport an hour and a half ago, coming from Canada. And the lady at the airport asked me about it, and I was stunned. So I asked my former media liaison to send me the clip, and I've just seen it. And I don't know what had happened to the gentleman, why he felt he has to insert my name into the scandal. I think he's probably disappointed that in all my life as a politician, I have not done a single thing that is dishonest. And I'm really astounded. And I wish he would come back. I wish you'd asked him to provide you with proof, because for a person of his stature to make such an allegation without providing any evidence to support his claim, all one can assume it's an attempt to tarnish.
Some way. The question I have, though, is when you look at Sgamega, right, as a company, have you personally received any monies from Sgamega? Because Sgamega was doing business with Vele Investments. Vele was receiving money from VBS. Did you personally receive, or any of your family members close to you receive any monies from Sgamega?
As a neutral, journalist, you should be knowing that I was cleared by Parliament Ethics Committee. All of this, that which you are asking, were alleged and sent to Ethics Committee in Parliament, where the ANC was still in majority. They still could not find me guilty because I've never done anything wrong. None of my families have ever done anything wrong. If anything, I said in that Parliament that you are talking, and I was saying this to Kumbuzu, you are talking about VBS. You want to know more information, what is VBS? Ask the minister next to you. And I was referring to Tembinga Dime, who had taken money to VBS, and today she's in trouble. You know why she's in trouble? It's not because of VBS. Because she went to fight for the independence of the NPA. Batoyi wants to hand over NPA to those guys of Zondo Commission. They want recordings of Zondo Commission from her. They want all types of things. And Batoyi wants her contract extended. And when Tembi put her foot down, they went for her. Because those guys who were leading, I don't know, they were like the prosecutors of Zondo Commission.
Evidence leaders.
Yeah, evidence leaders. They are now working for NPA after they referred the Zondo Commission report to NPA and said, guys, you will decide if you want to prosecute or not on that side. Then they go and catch the javelin on the other side, wanting to prosecute the people. They said, we are done with them, you will make a decision. So she says, how? How do you do that? Okay, the recordings. She says, give me, recordings is these things of spying. They were spying on us, listening to our phones, listening devices and all of that. All of that, the custodian of that is the Department of Justice. So she has put those things safe under whatever administration. But Batoyi says, bring all the recordings to me of the Zondo Commission. She says, no, it doesn't work like that. You say, I want Clement's recordings, and these are the things I want in the recordings.
Yeah.
The Department of Justice, they've got their own mechanism. They go and listen, take only that part, and then give it to Batoyi. We don't want to know your girlfriend through Batoyi because you'll be hearing the things she's not supposed to be hearing if she gets all the recordings.
Yeah.
So they want to kill her because they want Gwede, they want all of them and all of that. We don't have a problem with that. But they are now using VBS as a smokescreen. She did not commit VBS now as a Minister of Justice. Why was she not the face of VBS when the EFF was the face of VBS? What happened now for them to go for her? Because she came from that VBS arrangement in Polokwane to become a Minister of Cocta. Is it allowed that you can be a Minister of Cocta even if there are allegations of corruption, but not Minister of Justice? Where were these allegations?
What about Brian? I mean, I don't know if he's a member of the organization, but he's had to pay back over 4 million rand back to people who are handling what's happened with VBS now. You are the people that are fighting for those that have benefited anyhow to be held accountable. Have you asked Brian the questions like that, Floyd Shivambu's younger brother?
No. It's not my place. Why should I go around asking members about what they are doing? You are right. You are saying people are being held accountable. And when I heard that is paying back the money, that is part of being held accountable. Zuma paid back the money. Zuma also paid the VBS, if he did, a bond, which he got. Naledi Pandor was also in the VBS bond or something, which she was there. They are your darlings. You will never know their names. You know the names of those you don't like to demonstrate there's no principle. Many names, a lot of names are there. This is just used to blackmail people. When they try to speak, they say, we'll release this thing about you. So if he paid, good for him. That is part of being held accountable. It means he got the money because this is a transaction between companies and